Hi, friends. Let me check real quick and make sure that you can all hear me. That's pretty dang important. Please tell me that you can. Can you hear me? Oh, yes you can, but I'm very quiet. Okay, there we go, there we go. A little louder now. Oh! Hi, Edith. Okay. Let me just... Before we do anything else, pretty dang important to let people know that I'm live. Super don't want to drop the ball on that. I'm very excited because I've had a lot of people tell me that I should play this game, and I never did. I don't really even know what it's about, so I'm going in like completely blind, which is kind of my favorite way to go into video games. I like going in blind and not really knowing what to expect. So here we go. Do I flip the... No, that's fine. Oh, I can still see them. That's cute. I like it. Ah, okay. Yes.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
Okay. Oh, my... Alright.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
What? Why? Oh, pretty! Hey, DJ, how are you? What's that? Oh! Oh, that's so cute! That is the cutest mailbox I've ever seen. I have to say, I see this mailbox and I think of Abby. I hope Abby's having a good day. I hope you're having a good day too, DJ. Come on.
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
Apparently nobody did that. Okay. Look at it, it's so cute. I love that. 10 out of 10 for the mailbox.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
Your brother's funeral? Okay. Doesn't sound like a good sign.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked.
Probably one of the other doors in your house.
Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
She was right now, wasn't she? This is a weird place for a house. Is there not another road? Edith?
No one had driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that answers my question, doesn't it? Oh, no, wait. I want to be friends. Can I go up there, too? No. Fine, Edith.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it.
Oh, no.
But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
Oh, no. What the fuck?
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
That is a weird-ass house, girl. What is that? Hang on, no. I need to address how creepy that is. What is it and why is it there? Ugh. I hate
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words. Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
I don't blame you. This is a very creepy house, Edith. Can I open? No, just gonna walk straight into it? Okay. This part looks normal. Everything else is questionable at best. Oh, you don't have a key?
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
I imagine so. I like Edith. She seems nice.
The power had been turned off the night we left.
Makes sense. Why did you leave?
For the first time in years, I felt like I was home.
I thought you said you were afraid of this place. That's not a good combination. You should never be afraid of your home.
But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
Okay, look, it's been 6 years. This is concerning.
Like how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot. Or how after Louis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
Loving memory. Wait, why is this already here? Unless he... Oh. I guess... he must have died much earlier than the mom. I don't know which way they want me to go first. Oh wow. Oh wow.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left.
I can see that.
It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture. My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
That is disgusting. Did they all just hit the ground running? What? I'm sorry, I will be as quiet as possible, but I also like to speak up.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in this house. I like the way she worded that. There is way too much.
Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
Sank? Oh. No, okay. Well, hang on, there's other stuff.
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
Who's Barbara? Maybe I'm going out of turn a little bit. Oh. Oh, that's the kitchen. We've been there. Okay. Oh no.
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
Milton? That's a new name.
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night.
Huh. This is a very interesting home.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes. I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up. Louis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
20,000 leagues under the sea. Oh, I fear. I don't like underwater things. But we're probably going to have to do this one way or another, so if that's what that goes to. Fuck, it is what that goes to. Okay.
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets.
Oh.
Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of. From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me. Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan, but I had no idea what was behind that door.
Oh no. Oh. Is this
Just
my
like
way?
I had no idea where all this was gonna lead. I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole.
Oh. Wait, Molly, like the cat Molly?
Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
Oh, wow. "1947.
I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here, before my mom sealed the doors.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
Oh no.
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
Poor baby.
My Halloween candy was all gone.
That's a new... That wasn't... Oh, a bathroom, I see.
I kept eating and eating.
Oh, ew!
ate a lot of things that night.
Oh, honey.
Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat. I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
Where did the bird go? Oh. No. Where? Yeah.
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me. I jumped and I almost got her.
Oh.
I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up.
Uh-oh.
And suddenly, I was an owl.
Oh.
First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
How do I?
Rabbits.
I hear something. I'm just not sure where I hear it. Oh. What did I just say? Oh. Oh, sorry, buddy.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger. A mama rabbit.
Oh, jeez.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
Okay. Sorry, this is really funny.
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever.
Wait, there's something.
I wanted fat, juicy seeds. I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Grabbed on tight, but I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
Okay. What are you now? Is that a snake?
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere. I was big, but I moved real quiet.
What even, Molly? What the heck?
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
Oh, there's one.
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And to cross the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it.
Okay.
I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
Oh, I'm in her room now.
I got closer and closer.
Oh no. Okay, not there. Where? Oh.
All my stomach started growling.
All your stomachs.
And suddenly, I was me again. I
Oh,
held my
no.
breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to be, and we both know I will be delicious.
Oh no.
not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Edie was her mother? Heard a cat. Heard a cat.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past.
Can I go
Though,
to the other one?
when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. We got along, and it was a good place to hide from my mom. When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
That's what was in the river.
Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother. One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity. I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time.
Oh. Edith Jr. I see. Oh, okay, yep.
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious. Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house. Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
You can draw really well. Aww. It's a bunch of different stuff. Holy crap. And they're all beautiful. Is it day now? Wasn't it night earlier? Built in 1937. Sven Finch. Oh.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace.
Yeah.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look.
Wasn't in the cupboard. Okay.
It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Oh. Calvin Finch?
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Milton. Is this Milton's room? No. Who was Calvin?
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin,
Oh.
and that he never talked about him.
Oh no.
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that,
That was not your fault.
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
maybe if the wind hadn't picked up, then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother. That's the day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
What is that? Oh, he was 11? Christ.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room. Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
I don't blame him. This is the most interesting game I've played in a very long time.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd
Well, yeah.
obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Well, you're 17. That's not too surprising, now is it? It's done this way. Ugh. Why don't we check out this place first?
Edie's father, Odin, built the original house.
Yes, I pieced that much together at least. Alright, it looks like they want us to keep going. So let's go back in and check out Barbara's room first.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
Was she not? She kind of looks like she was.
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Oh, she was 24.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch.
That's so cruel.
As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box.
Oh, am I supposed to do this now?
And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Oh, good. This.
She found Rick's crutch and imagine the
Crutch.
worst.
He didn't have a crutch. Ugh. I hate this
The gang's
so
leader
much.
is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Oh!
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show.
Oh.
Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Oh no. This is very upsetting. Oh, that's not it. I didn't like that at all. I don't even know which door is Walter's. Okay, never mind, I found it.
Are you there? Walter vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And he was. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
That night, she played her part beautifully. She thought about abandoning Walter, but just couldn't do it.
Oh yeah. I did genuinely forget about Walter.
Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges grow. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Wonder how much they paid to get the rights to this song. So where I have to go? No.
The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was...
Ugh.
At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
Surprise!
What?
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter?
Oh.
Hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard. But that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Yeah, why would you keep this if you were her mother?
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
I hope not. Holy shit. Why is none of the food, like, you know, disgusting? Oh yeah, that's right, she drilled peepholes. I forgot about that.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Yeah, that makes sense, but why wouldn't you just explain that to your child?
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
Makes sense. Okay, which way do I go now? Do I go to... It looks like... Hang on, I thought that Walter's room was... No, wait. That was near Molly's. This is Barbara's. Oh boy. This house is huge and confusing. And I'll stay on this level for
funny.
now.
All those times I played with the music box and never found the basement key.
Wait a minute. Oh, Walter. Uncle Walter. I see. So, she called him Uncle Walter, but she didn't call anybody else that, so I'm guessing he lived to be older. Maybe, I hope. That's Calvin and Sam's room. Who lived here? Sven and Edie. Okay.
I wonder if that comic was right about there being a key inside the music box near the basement.
Oh, you really want me to go check that out, huh? Alright. Found it. Huh.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot. I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. I thought maybe she was hiding presents.
And she couldn't have.
It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
Oh. Oh.
I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone.
Oh no.
She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could.
But he was a little kid.
If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Is this where Walter is? Oh no.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly.
Was there a monster at the other side of the door?
And then one day, everything just stopped.
Huh.
Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can.
Good for you. So many books. Why are there so many books?
I know it's out there somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara and Molly and Calvin.
Calvin's was kind of a freak accident.
Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it.
Good for you, Walter.
I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food.
Yes, Walter.
I don't mind if I only have a year left. Or a month. Or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Do not! No! 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 That's not fair.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
The second I saw the train tracks, I knew some bullshit was up. Oh, that's not fair, Walter. I'm so sorry. That hurts. Okay,
I'm sure
fine.
my mom was trying to protect me.
Yeah, but still, what the fuck, you know? Wait a second. No, we can't go out there yet. We didn't explore the upstairs. I can't finish yet. Not done. I don't really know where I'm going. Oh. I can't see. Oh, am I going in the right area? Jesus, I can't see a goddamn thing. I didn't realize time passed in this game. That wasn't a thing that I considered, to be perfectly honest with you. Okay. That's a little more light. Could I get some more, please? There was something up here, right? There were other places. I think. Wasn't there?
Mom must have locked the 3rd floor stairs on the night we left.
God damn it. I was going the right way. I should have trusted the game, trusted the process, but I did not and was made a fool for it. We'll go back. Once I figure out where do we go from here? Here? Am I right? I think so. I'm sorry. I can't see. Oh, there we go. Okay. We'll go where Uncle Walter went then. This is very impressive, though. Very impressive. This couldn't have already been there, right? Oh. Oh. Okay. Excuse me. Sorry, I had to sneeze. There you go. Please don't make
Maybe
this
she was
in.
afraid I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding.
Yeah, no kidding. It's a bit much.
I don't want to make the same mistakes she made.
What on earth is that?
Trying to bury something that's still alive.
Ooh. Careful. Oh no.
Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe two.
Two of you?
I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself. And found out what happened to everyone else.
Who's the second?
But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
Oh no. Walter. You didn't deserve that. Where else can I go?
I don't know if I should even be writing this.
It's too late now, honey.
Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me.
Oh.
But I thought you should know about your family.
Oh no. She's writing to, I guess, we're the last Finch then. What on earth did Sven make?
And the history you're a part of. Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
Wait a minute, is she pregnant? Is that why we're doing this?
And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible.
Oh, there's Calvin's swing. What's over there?
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
Oh boy, where is the cemetery? Is that where we're going?
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils are mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Oh no. Derpy and Derpy Jr., Lucy, Daisy, Charlie, Burpy? Burpy? Yes. Chirpy, Furpy, Lurpy, and Zerpy. Zoe, Coco, Tucker. Aww. someone had a favorite. I'm not naming names. Oh, there's also... Oh, there's more. There's Christopher, Bob, Oliver, Shadow, and Shatsy. Looks like that was the most recent one. Yeah.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
It's beautiful. Molly. She was 10. Calvin was 11. Sven, at least he was... Well... What was he, 49? Edie. Wow. Edie was like 93. 83? I don't know. I'm not good at math. I'm sure that this is supposed to say something. But I'm not very bright. Walter. He's 53. And Barbara, 24. She made for easy math, to be fair.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea.
Where is
My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away.
Aww.
She could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
Holy shit. Yes, you can. Oh my gosh. Give. That is bizarre.
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
Wow. How can you not if it's right there? Where are we going now? Turning back?
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
Gregory was a year old. Sam, 33. Gus. I don't think we've heard of Gus, have we? I don't believe so. Looks like he was a... How old were you? A teenager? 13.
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
Milton. Sanjay Kumar? Is that our dad? Right? That must be our dad. 44. Lewis. No, give me the date. 30-something, I think. Milton.
We never found Milton's body, so my mom insisted we were putting up a monument, not a tombstone.
Where did he go?
There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself.
Probably. Is this a clubhouse? Treehouse? It is.
But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
I knew it! Girl, don't you dare die. That explains the stomach. Okay. Oh, there's a ladder. It's like, how do I jump up?
I never met
22 weeks
Grandpa Sam,
pregnant.
but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
This looks like a very normal part of the house. There are very few of those in this house.
They were both pretty intense.
Is this the attic? Sam. Okay.
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Some people do that.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged.
Shouldn't we be leaving?
Just want to get a shot of you, Dawn, then we can take off.
Not quite.
What? How I? Oh.
What?
Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it?
Possibly. Oh.
I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
It's very much a dad.
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
What do you want, the mountain range? No? This is so pretty. And the music is pretty too. I could stay here forever. And I probably will because I don't know what they want me to take a picture of.
Definitely
should not have drunk all that coffee.
Is that not it?
Nothing quite like being outside.
Hold still while I take a picture of you.
Hi, Def. Hey!
That's a keeper.
A little more gas in the tank, I guess. I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Don. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Don, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Don, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph?
No.
Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip. Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire. We found an old logging trail with deer everywhere. I bet if I could remember where that trail was, we'd spot a buck for you in no time.
Is that what I'm supposed to be taking a picture of?
Give me a minute to check the map.
Where am I supposed to take a picture of you?
Let's see. Maybe. You don't need to waste any more film on me, kiddo.
Okay, Dad.
Or was it? Could have been.
That's not right. How do I take a picture of? I'm trying, Dad. I really am. Oh, okay.
Dad!
Good eyes, Don. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Let me just figure out where the frick you are first, though, because, like, oh my god, there.
Dad, I...
Just breathe. Turn off. Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Don, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong.
Oh.
Great shot, Don!
Jesus Christ. Oh. Honey, I'm so sorry.
I'm proud of you, Don. Always remember that, okay?
Don't make your kids shoot animals, alright?
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
some-
normal, Don. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Oh.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Yeah, I bet.
Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something. After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
A baby Kate. Gregory. Oh no. This was the 1-year-old.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it.
Oh no.
I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
What do you want me to do? I don't.
Time's over, Gregory. It's time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello?
That must be Kay. The
Sam,
first
I
wife.
told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw. What his world was like. I know you did everything you could.
Oh no.
Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it. Hold on, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
Oh no.
I wish you could have told us.
No!
What a hole we saw. about everything.
Oh no.
But I know what happened wasn't your fault. I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want me to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
Ouch. Ow. That's horrible. Glad I checked out the stream. I was planning to stream this, but maybe not. Yeah, there's a lot of pain. That one specifically hurt. I don't understand why they... Okay, one of the things I don't get about... Not the creators itself, but I would love to play it, don't get me wrong. It's been a wonderful game, like it's beautiful. But one of the things I don't understand is why they keep mementos of all the things that were around the people that they loved when they died. I don't particularly understand that. Why is there just a locker? This doesn't feel like it should have been a baby's... Oh, Dawn. Okay. Gus? We haven't learned about Gus yet. This feels very militaristic. Oh, it is militaristic. Weird.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get. Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died. I can't imagine what it was like for her to lose 2 sons after she'd already lost 2 brothers.
Sounds so painful. Oh, and her husband.
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
They're cute. Oh, be careful. Okay. We haven't heard much about her dad. This is the first time she's mentioned him.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart.
Who was getting married?
I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that I
now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Why wouldn't you have your kid meet the person you're gonna marry? Now what? Or do I have to keep looking at them? For it to keep going? Or what do you want me to do?
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Well. What do I do now? Sure. I'm trying to break stuff, but I guess that's not what I'm supposed to be doing.
The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
Oh no. Darling, were you struck by lightning?
The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made.
Oh no.
The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
Dad was not particularly bright, it would seem, in this moment. I wish that...
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
I don't really... Okay, let me think. I guess I'll go back out the way I came. I'm really not sure. Is this wrong? It's probably wrong. Well, it looks like time changed again. Suddenly the lights are on. Alright, we'll go back in and see if I can find anything that I missed. We've got almost everybody. We don't have my brothers, we don't have my mom, and we don't have great-grandma. Okay. Probably have to find out another way out of here, right? Unless there's something up here I missed. Oh. Yes, there is.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later. When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back.
Ow, sorry. Trying to maneuver on... There we go. Oh, everybody had their own little...
And to see kids in the house again.
tomatoes, I'm assuming. Milton was probably too young. Louis had mint and thyme and sage and basil. What a smart boy. And Dawn.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that.
This is pretty. Oh yeah, I was wondering where her room was.
And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
Almost. Looks like they were homeschooled.
But it didn't last. The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
Castle. Milton.
After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
Okay. Once again, someone is the obvious favorite. Wow. A 10-year-old drew these.
I think Edie was happy to finally have another painter in the family.
It kind of reminds me of, what's that game? The Unfinished Swan, I believe. I think that's what it's called.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush. I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
Oh, I guess Edith is the youngest. That makes sense, I guess. How do I get out?
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors. Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Found in the house? What is that down there? I guess if it's not something we've already seen, we're gonna soon.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Louis blamed himself.
Louis?
After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Such a bizarre house. This is Louis's room.
Louis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Oh.
Louis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Locker contents.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior.
Oh no.
His
really
mind
scared.
began to...
Don't make me do it. Please, I don't want to. Alright, if I have to do what I think I have to, look away. 3, 2... Oh, nope, I'm good.
Wander.
Oh.
I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved.
God, this is terrifying. I know what's going to
Bats.
happen.
And toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery, I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused.
Focused?
Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on.
You shouldn't have.
I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play.
This is so lovely.
He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery.
Be careful,
But his
Lewis.
chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
Oh, God.
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville.
I'm trying to do both.
St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis.
Do you have any idea how hard it is to turn this? There we go.
Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery.
Oh no.
Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on.
He doesn't hear her.
In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a beautiful prince.
Oh, I got the choice. I see.
The prince was on his own quest for
I was going to
sinister
go
serpents.
the rainbows, but what can we do, you know?
He followed the sound of his
Harp.
silver harp. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound.
Oh, God. I'm so afraid. I'm not dumb. I know where this is
All in
going.
his imagination.
Yeah, you and me both, Liz.
But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
Well, yeah, I mean, that makes sense, right? Because he created the whole thing.
For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Louis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Oh. Okay. Huh. I thought for sure we were about to get that, but...
He began to forget the world we know.
Well, plot twist. It could still happen. It could still happen. We ain't done yet.
I think it pained him to remember Louis, the cannery worker.
Maybe it could be worse. Jesus.
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
Yep. Here I go.
I still thought I could save him.
You did everything you could.
Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions.
Yeah, I know where this is going. Okay. Lovely.
Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on inviting me.
Calico? Cat?
His prince waiting, holding his crown.
We don't get to see this happy ending, do we?
There was only one thing left to do. Bend down his head.
Okay. Eat the rich.
And the rest I think you know.
Yeah.
Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Oh, Lewis. Dr. Emily Nuth.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Me too. That still leaves our room. We haven't seen where we lived.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing.
Oh.
She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie.
Really? That's so cruel.
I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder.
This must be...
I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left. My mom ended up leaving everything behind. What happened that night had been coming for a long time.
So where's...
Maybe it should have come sooner. But it had to end one way or another.
This was
All
my
that's
room.
left now is to tell you about that last night. That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"Oh no."
To our final night together, and all our final nights apart.
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
Oh no. Grandma.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
We just really liked fingerless gloves, huh?
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
Edith Finch's.
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born.
Oh boy.
That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. No, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around.
Which is amazing, considering that I walked in a straight line.
For a while, I wandered. I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed.
You forgot that deer existed, Edie.
But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them.
Some might say dear friends. Hey! Beautiful, Liz, beautiful.
Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone.
Like dead or vanished?
After that, we moved around a lot.
Oh, I still do this in the car.
We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive.
Except...
until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it.
What?
I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself.
Apparently you're about to.
But I guess if you're reading this now...
Oh no.
Things didn't work out that way.
Did you die in childbirth? Edith, don't you dare.
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
And that's supposed to be us, I guess. Okay. Yeah, damn is right. What the fuck? For Shirley Dallas. Oh. Man, that was depressing even by my standards. Yeah, that... I don't know, they keep talking about these stories and whatnot, but I hope that they conclude it, because I still don't understand. She could have the rest of that story, because yeah, exactly. It's also possible there's just things that I missed. That was a great story, though. I really like this game. Thanks, Johan. I like that everybody submitted a picture of when they were a child. And yes, I am just gonna let this play out. Oh. Alright. Well, that was What Remains of Edith Finch. And, yeah. I guess this is where the stream ends for now. I'll probably be back tomorrow. We could play Danganronpa if you want. But for now, I think that this was very satisfying. I loved this. I wish I could find more games like this one that, like, you know, tell a story and you walk through and it's like an interactive type thing, because I loved that. I also love how you can tell how young she was when Milton died, and that she based his drawing off of how he drew himself, because everybody else is in a completely different art style than Milton is. I believe this team has a few of these. I will definitely have to look into it then. No, I don't want to become famous. How dare you ruin my stream like that? Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, so, I will definitely look into those, and maybe we can check more of them out. I will be putting this up on YouTube in case you wanted to watch it again, or, you know, anything like that. I am gonna start digging and seeing if there are other things that I missed, and if so, we can always come back and try it again. So thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope that you have a great day, a great night, whatever time it is, wherever you are, and I hope to see you next time. So until then, let me see if anybody else is streaming so that I can pass you over there. Yes, my friend Bryn is playing the forest. You guys want to see some forest? Bryn is pretty dang fun, if I do say so myself. So that's where we'll be going. I will also be there if you would like to hang out with me and just chat for a bit. Alright. Thank you everybody so much for hanging out, and I hope to see you next time. And I hope that you want to come hang out with me as we watch Bryn in the forest. I know it's very different from what we were doing, but it's also a really fun game, and I think you're gonna like it. I also play it sometimes. Yeah, so I hope to see you all soon. Bye everybody!
show you this. I need to show you.